How y'all doing? This is Outside the Square Circle. We got the veteran, the crafty, the popping, Carson Jones on here. We're going to talk to him. We're going to get a great interview. How you doing? How you feeling?
Good, bro. How about you?
I'm doing good. How about you, Frank? How you doing, Frank?
I'm doing solid. I'm a little bit pissed off that my camera's not working, but we're going to make this work here.
All right. Well, I'll kick it off. May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. You got Muhammad Kayango, the African assassin. Being he's only 18-5, and you are a veteran that's 40-11. Do you plan to go in there? I'll ask like this. I heard that you sparred with Lemieux to get him ready for the Stevenson's fight. So, being that you spar with somebody that's bringing heavy pop like that, is there anything that a guy like Muhammad can do to you, power-wise, that can bother you?
I mean, it's not just that. I've been around the game for years and years, and there's nothing. It's not just me sparring with Lemieux that kind of helps me, get ready for this guy. It's just my whole career. I mean, he can't bring. There's not one style that I haven't seen in boxing. I've been in this game for 15 years, almost, somewhere in there. So I mean, whatever he brings to the table, I've seen already.
That is right, and that's a lot. That's the real reason why a lot of guys like you a big threat, low reward type of guy. That's the reason like a lot of guys will kind of shy away. Like, nah, I know Carson. That guy's bringing it. You know what I mean? And it's not going to be the biggest reward for me to fight him. So, not looking past him because no fighter looks past the guy. But if you had to make a direct assessment in the future of what you want to happen in 2017. Who is a name that after this fight that you would like to get into it with?
Anybody that can, help me progress up to where up to the top and up to the position to where I can make some decent money and possibly get a world title shot. I don't care who it is, because obviously I'm not in the driver's seat. Being as you said that I'm an experienced guy and it's a high risk, low reward type fight with me. I'll take anybody that can, just help me progress and get me into that spot that I want to be.
Absolutely. Some names that automatically pop in my mind before I pass it over to Frank is I hear like Devin Alexander's looking to try to come back and make a comeback against somebody. I think that'd be excellent. That's something I'll watch all day.
Devin don't want that though. He don't want them problems.
See, I love that.
Yeah.
He don't want the problems.
See,
that's the fight I had in my head. I said I would want that. Go ahead, Frank.
That would be incredible, an incredible fight. My thing is, this is why I love guys like we've had guys like Leonardo Tyner on the podcast. We've had you now. Off the top of my head, I'm blanking, but we've had guys who people don't deem as the superstar type of pound for pound. But I love you guys because you guys all have that same mentality. We ask them, we've just asked you this, we've asked Leonardo Tyner this, we ask, well, what do you want next? And I just want to fight someone that's going to give me a good fight and it's going to help me progress. I don't care who it is, just give me a name and I'm there. I absolutely love that. But so with all that being said, 154 seems to be stacked right now. That's one of the best divisions in boxing. You campaigning there, who do you deem as the number one? Because there doesn't really seem to be a clear-cut guy.
I'm actually at 147.
Is this fight at 47? I thought this against the African Assassin was at 54.
No, this is kind of a in between. It's a catchweight fight, so we're actually coming in I'll come in at 150.
Got you.
It's just a catchweight, but I'm campaigning back at 147.
Oh, I got you. Okay, so I saw that's on me then. I saw 154. I apologize. So let's take it to 147 then. We can take it to a different weight class that's just as stacked. Who's the number one guy there? Some people think Keith Thurman. Some people think Kell Brook or Errol Spence. Who's the number one to you?
Yeah, I think Keith Thurman is definitely up there, but I think Kell Brook is close. Either he's right there with Thurman or he's a close second. Because Brook's only lost on record to Natty.
We're gonna get into that.
Golovkin,
yeah.
My stablemate. His last fight, but I think it's between those two. But there's great guys like Errol Spence, which they're gonna fight coming up. But it's a stacked division, so there's plenty of people out there.
Yeah, for sure. This is kind of a off the wall question, just because we haven't asked anyone this, and I have really yet to discuss it because, particularly to me, the fight disgusts me. Welterweight division, we're talking. How do you feel about this Pacquiao Horn fight? I literally have just seen a picture of the guy for the first time 2 days ago. I have no idea. I don't think many, and you're talking to someone who watches. Me and Dennis watch a lot of boxing. Never heard of the guy. What do you think about the fight? I just in terms of what it can do.
I mean, it's crazy because I was offered a fight with him, and they turned it down. But this was like a year ago, right after Randall. He fought one of my guys, Randall Bailey.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of asking him about him, how he fights and whatnot, because I had never heard of him until that time either. But as far as him fighting Pacquiao, I mean, I think it's just one of those stay busy type of deals. I'm not really sure. I can't see it selling too big simply because nobody knows who the guy is. But I can't knock him either because he's probably getting a decent little paycheck, and it's a once in a lifetime opportunity to fight one of the best welterweights in the world.
Oh, so for sure.
I mean, even if he loses and he does good and puts on a good performance, his career can he can further his career a little bit more afterwards.
Oh yeah, 100%. Dennis, go ahead. I'll pass it back to you.
All right, I gotta ask this. I'm quite sure you even asked this a trillion times, and I even heard you think that Kell Brook will beat Errol Spence Jr. Now, I want to ask this: do you? Is it just besides the fact that you're pulling for Kell Brook because you fought twice and you guys have a history together? Or is it stylistic reasons that you say, nah, I see these shaking Errol Spence armor. This is why Kell Brook will win?
A little bit of it is because of our history, but I do think that it's just a little. Errol Spence is a great welterweight, and I think in the future he could be the best welterweight out there. But this early, I don't think so. I think Brook has a little bit more experience than Errol, and he knows how to grind. He knows what it is to grind, have to grind to fight out. And I think that he has that rough and tough aspect to him that Errol, we haven't seen that from Errol yet. So, like I said once before, to me it really depends on how Kell Brook makes the weight for this fight. Because if he tries to take it off, these last few weeks, that could play a role in the fight. But if he's been doing it the right way ever since the fight was announced, then I think he can pull it off. As long as he has all his energy and he's not drained and whatnot, he can pull it off.
Yeah, hey, Dennis, you can ask a second one, but Dennis can vouch for me. I literally said the same exact thing when the fight was made. I said if you tell me 100% that Kell Brook makes 147 healthy, that going up to 160 didn't harm him, I'm picking him hands down in that fight. I just feel like we haven't seen Errol get tested yet. How can you pick someone who hasn't been tested against someone that has been tested against people like yourself, people like Sean Porter? He even went up to 160 and had flashes against Golovkin. How can we pick someone that hasn't been through the fire yet against someone that good? My opinion, and I'm glad you share that same opinion.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is a grown man sport, and I think we haven't seen that part of Spence yet. Now, don't get me wrong, he's a good guy, but I just think Brook is a little bit more experienced, and I think he takes the victory. Yeah,
for sure. Dennis, you can keep going. My bad. I just had to throw in.
I just want to say, Kell Brook is a huge welterweight. So is Errol. Do you think that Kell should have took this fight, or do you think he should have went to 154 because he's so massive, and that you think that maybe it's dependent on that? Do you think he should have took this fight? Do you think he should have said, nah, 154?
Well, it's either he took the fight or he loses. I think he would have lost his title because he had to fight his mandatory. Yeah. So, I mean, you kind of got to weigh your options. I mean, he's obviously probably getting some decent money. And like I said, he has a really good chance of winning. So I think it was the right decision. All he was being smart about it, and he started getting in shape, 3 months back. That way he's not trying to pull off this last, 10 or whatever he has to pull off towards the end, the last week or so. Because if he does, it could be a long night. It could either be a long night for him or a short night for him. So.
For sure.
Right.
For sure.
Go ahead, Frank.
So Carson, just to make kind of a parallel here, the biggest thing that people try to bring up in Floyd Mayweather's career is they feel like he lost that first fight to Castillo, right? And with Kell Brook coming up, actually, Kell Brook, the first fight I ever saw from Kell Brook was the first fight with you. And, he was kind of being bigged up, and I was like, all right, well, let's see what the kid got. And I didn't score the fight then. I actually should go back and score it. But I felt like you won the fight by a couple of points. So with that being said, when he was coming up, on the message boards, people were talking and saying, you beat him, just in the same way that Castillo beat Floyd, that it was kind of the smoking gun fight, right? The fight that exposed Kell Brook. Did you take anything from that? Was that something that you were able to gain confidence from, or just kind of hang your hat on?
I mean, that was in the past. I can't really. I mean, it's nice that people thought I won, but on paper, I got another L on my record. So I just kind of stick it with a grain of salt, and I continue moving forward. There's nothing I can do about the past. I'm looking straight ahead. That's all.
Oh, for sure. No, for sure. I definitely feel that. So that being said, like Dennis said earlier, let's say, just for the sake of the question, obviously you're not looking past your next opponent. Let's say you had to pick from a consensus top 10 welterweight. Who would you, Carson Jones, pick next to fight if you're just playing matchmaker?
If I could choose anybody?
Yeah.
Bring Floyd Mayweather out of retirement and put him in
Hey, I'm not mad at that answer. I'm not mad at that answer one bit.
No, I think honestly, I think a really good fight, which I would have to work my way up there, and obviously he's looking for bigger fights, would be Sean Porter. He really impressed me this past Saturday. He's that dude is a bull.
Yeah, he's a dog.
And I don't take a backward step either. So that would be a really fan friendly fight for the fans, as well as for me as far as the pocketbook goes.
Yeah, for sure. Before I pass it to Dennis, just speaking of Sean Porter, the broadcast team continuously seems to try to play the line with him where he's kind of a dirty fighter, but kind of not. What's your take? Do you feel like he's dirty, or is he just an all inside guy, and sometimes elbows and headbutts are gonna happen?
It just happens. I don't think he's dirty at all.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just tell that by the type of person he is outside the ring. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
It just happens. It's a fight. It's not you're not playing ping pong or pity pat. This is a boxing match. Accidents happen.
Your stablemate, Gennady Golovkin. Do you think that fight with him and Canelo will actually take place? And if it does take place, tell me. Break it down from a fighter's perspective. How do you see that going?
Well, I've seen him. Obviously, like I said, I got to pull for my boy, Genna. But I've seen him spar a while back, and Genna was kind of, they're sparring, of course, so a fight is going to be a lot different. But Genna was kind of holding back a little bit. Granted, Canelo has gotten a lot better. He was a lot younger than back in the day. I think that was 2011 or 2012 when I seen him spar. Because I sparred him as well that day. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm not sure if it ever happens. I think it's too much. I think it's way too much money on the table for it not to happen.
Right.
Whether it's this year or 2018 has yet to be. We'll see. But I think it's just too much money on the table for it not to happen. That's like the next mega fight people are waiting on.
For sure. For sure. So do you think Canelo, he has obviously he's a very stocky guy, but he's not that tall. Does he stack up well at 160, do you think?
I think Canelo needs to sit down somewhere. I mean, 147, 154, because he's moving all over the place. Canelo weight, I mean, Jesus Christ, like,
he's super Canelo weight right now.
yeah. Like, damn, 166, like, he's all over the place. I think he needs to just chill. Honestly, I think 154 was the best way for him. But he's just going where the money is, and I guess that's a smart decision.
No, I was saying, so you feel like his best weight is 154, in which I'm inclined to agree. So when he was at the 155 and people didn't know if he would jump up to 160, that whole debacle for the year and a half or whatever, a lot of people kind of wrote him off at 154. They were saying guys like Andrade and Jamal and Jared Hurt and just a lot of the guys who were coming up at 154. Even the young left-handed kid. Why am I blanking on his name? He just scored a knockout this year on PBC. Erickson Lubin. Guys like that should be ranked higher. So let's say he stood at 154. Do you feel like he should still be ranked number 1 there? I felt so. What do you think?
I mean, he hasn't been fighting at 154. So as far as the rating goes, I think he should be out of the rating. Give somebody else an opportunity.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
To have that rating. But I think if he did move down, for one, Jared Hurd should not be even. He's a world champion, obviously, respect to him, but he shouldn't be in the conversation fighting neither one of those guys you just mentioned, even Erickson Lubin. But as far as him fighting, as far as Canelo, if he was to go back down to 154, I think all those guys will probably have a decent chance against him because. Especially the twins, because they're really starting to impress me as well.
Yeah, no, the Charlatans do look good. So I do want to ask, because we spoke just for a few minutes before we started recording the podcast. So you yourself, you said you're just not a sports guy at all, not even the sport of boxing. So what are some of your hobbies? How do you pass time? Because me personally, I come home from work, I get done with a workout, I'm coming home. I'm watching the game. I'm turning on baseball. I'm turning on boxing, basketball, just what have you. So what do you do to pass the time?
Well, especially when I'm in training camp, this is the most. I mean, everybody back home wants to come to Big Bear, come to training camp. They don't realize how boring it is here. But I pretty much live on social media, regardless of what it is I'm doing. But I play a lot of, I play little games on my phone, watch TV, read a little bit. It's not really, up here there's really not much to do. When I'm back home, I kind of spend time with my kids and my family and whatnot. But as far as sports goes, I'm not a sports guy. I enjoy watching it, boxing, or I'll watch basketball, I'll watch football, but I don't follow it. So. Well, if you're talking sports to me, it's like speaking a different language.
No, I feel that. So
right. You're not a fanatic.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, I'm not a fanatic.
So I mean, do people?
I like food though.
Do people believe you when you say you don't follow boxing, be it that you're a boxer? Have you had to convince people dude, I seriously do not follow the sport?
Yeah, actually, a lot of people think it's weird. One of my guys was talking to me the other day about somebody. And he just could not believe that I didn't know who so-and-so was. And I'm just like, bro, I'm in this sport. I'm involved in the sport. I do this every single day. I don't want to sit and talk about it. I hate talking about it. Boxing. I mean, obviously I'm talking to you guys right now. But
yeah.
I don't want to. If somebody in public wants to just sit and talk to me about boxing over and over, please just leave me alone.
No, for sure. Go ahead, Dennis.
You know that everybody.
You're right.
I want everybody to hear this and know that. Okay, well, I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to get a chance to let the fans know Carson a little bit more, even though you're on social media a lot. Doing, a boring big bed training. What music gets you motivated to train while you're training or doing your run? Because, like you said, it's so boring. You got to find things to get you motivated. So what music are you listening to right now?
Hey, I'm an R&B guy. I love R&B. So no matter, I could be about to fight, and I'll be listening to some old Jodeci or some Ready for the World or something like that. I like the. Is it that it calms you down? Is it because it gives you a calm taste? Because I heard people say that I listen to R&B because when I'm running, it gives me a calm heartbeat and calm pace. Is that the reason why, or you just love the R&B? I don't know. Maybe I'm in love or something and just don't know it. I don't know.
For sure.
Okay.
So, I mean, you fought Kell a year apart, a little over a year. I know it was from one year to the next. Was there vast improvements?
Yeah,
but what was it, 10 months-ish?
Right.
And that right? But what?
No, it was actually a year and 7 days.
Okay, cool. So I knew it had been a year or almost a year what have you. Did you see vast improvements in him from that year? Did he grow a lot in that year?
I could say that, and I can also say maybe I was lacking a little bit.
Got you.
Like I said this in another interview, timing is everything. And at that time, I was on steamrolling. I think I had just moved to 147, and I had eight straight knockouts at 147.
Yeah.
And I was just I had that momentum going, and my confidence was through the roof. And then we got the first fight, and obviously I did what I did. But then after that the first fight after I lost, it kind of hit me pretty hard, and I was down for a little bit. And that can play a major key in a fighter's career, whether it be good or whether it be bad.
Oh, for sure.
And I think that played a little bit. But I'm not taking anything away from him. He did improve a little bit as well, and he was a lot stronger. But also he was a lot bigger as well.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure. So I do want to ask one more before we throw it to Dennis, and then we wrap it up. Boxing is such a unique sport in that just take your first fight with Kell, where it's not like, basketball, football. The team with the higher points wins at the end of the day. We all know who the winner is. You can't say someone got cheated. So talk us through that. You just fight Kell Brook. You feel like you won. A lot of people feel like you won, but then you go home with the loss on your record. How does that? I mean, you feel good because you feel like you executed a game plan. You feel like you beat him, but the judges see otherwise. What's that feeling like? Talk us through that.
Well, it's not a very good feeling. Simply, people can compliment you and pat you on the back, all day, but at the end of the day, you still going home with the L on the record.
Right.
And it really affects, especially in my case, because I had already had. I don't know how many losses I had. So I couldn't afford no more losses.
Right.
And that kind of, made it hard for me to, it was already hard for me to get bigger opportunities in the first place. And one loss just made it even harder. So it was kind of hard to bounce back from that for me, mentally. But now I'm back in the right place that I need to be, and I'm planning on making a huge comeback and some serious noise in 2017.
For sure, and we're definitely looking forward to that. Dennis, go ahead.
Being a veteran in the game, I always want to know these things about professional fighters. I want to know, do you still, at this stage in the game, being a veteran, do you still get butterflies before boxing, or are you just like calm, or do you have butterflies, but once you get in that ring, it go away? How does it work? Like, do you have ice in your veins, or do you still get butterflies at this stage in the game?
No, it's weird, because sometimes, for a while I was thinking, like, okay, is something wrong? But I'm not nervous. I'm way too relaxed. Like, it's like breathing to me, or right now, it's normal. I've been doing it way too long, and I got 100 million fights. So I'm just used to it. I don't know.
All right. Okay. Let me ask you this: a guy like you, I see a lot of times, and this is who happen. Trainers, when they telling you things, they telling you what they see from outside, but inside it looks completely different. Has there ever been times where you have a trainer telling you to do something, and you just like, nah, I'm gonna have to do my own thing on this one because what he's telling you is not relating to what you see in the side of that ring?
Yeah, that always happens though. But that's where the experience comes. A lot of times, that's where the experience comes into play because. Let's just be real. When you're in the ring and it gets tough in there, you're gonna resort back to what you know anyway.
Right.
But I always say you try what the trainer is telling you. If it don't work, go back to what works. If that ain't working, try something else. If that ain't working, try something else. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, for sure. I think a great example of that is every single Sean Porter fight we see. He tries to, stick and move a little bit, work the jab. As soon as he gets popped with something, he's back in your face, face to your chest, in that inside. I always tell people, that's just what he does. That's what he reverts to. So just like you said, you're going to revert to what you know. You're going to revert to something that you feel is going to help you get the W.
I got to ask you this. You fought in the UK. Everybody know. We American. I got to give it up. The UK fans are amazing. they show you a lot of love. Like when you're fighting Kell Brook with the UK fans, did it overwhelm you? Like, wow, these fans are like so into it, or was it like they were loud when you were fighting and you kind of had to zone them out? How did that work?
You know, I'm really strong-willed and just bullheaded. So stuff like that never bothers me. I'm my own person, and I know the only people that's in there fighting is me and this other man. So the fans can say and do whatever they want to. It doesn't have any effect on me.
I feel that, Carson. I need to eat whatever it is you're eating or drink whatever it is, because I just had a phone interview the other day for a job and I was nervous as all hell. You're fighting in front of fans in Britain and just all over. There's no types of nerves.
Right,
I'm gonna need something.
Well, listen, I'm gonna tell you what I'm eating right now because Walgreens, you know, they sell their Easter candy.
Yeah.
And now it's all 90% off. So I went to the store and I bought like $170 worth of candy for like $15. So
that's
what
ridiculous.
I'm right now.
You're the Reese's eggs.
I'm over here shaking it. If I don't have my fix of Reese's every day, I get the shakes.
I feel that.
You must train like a monster to still make weight and eat chocolate.
Exactly, and I'm already right now just 1 pound over. So I mean, you know, obviously I post everything.
Hey, thank you everybody for watching. We really appreciate it. Carson, thank you for being on. Before we fully wrap up, you have anything you want to say to everybody?
Everybody, just thank you for the support. You know, all the supporters I have out there, especially in the UK. Thank you for the support, and wish me luck on May 5th next week.
For sure, we're looking forward to that, champ. Hopefully, we can get you on some TV dates because we're trying to see you. Hopefully, someone uploads it to YouTube or something. Jesus. But again, thank you, everyone who watched. Please like, subscribe, share. Let us know what you think. Have a good one.
We'll catch you. We got to get you back, man. When one of these bigger names get some heart and come up in there with you, we got to get you.
Yeah,
back
and even after your fight, if you want, in the next couple weeks after this fight, we can get you back on too, champ.
That works. It's whatever.
All right.
For sure. Thanks for coming on.
Cool, bro. Thank y'all.